Cubey's Great Adventure. Once upon a time in a cozy, sunlit home, there lived a little bird named Cubey. Cubey was a bright, cheerful canary who lived with his family in a small, comfortable cage. The cage was perched by the window, so they could enjoy the view of the garden outside. Kyoubi's days were filled with chirping melodies and playful flutters, and he was cared for by a kind-hearted boy named Amine. Amine was a gentle soul who loved Kyoubi and his family dearly. Every day he would sing to them, clean their cage, and make sure they had plenty of food and fresh water. Kyoubi felt safe and loved, but deep inside he harbored a curiosity about the world beyond the window. One sunny afternoon, while Amine was cleaning the cage, he accidentally left the door open. Kyoubi saw his chance and, feeling a rush of excitement, fluttered his wings and flew out into the open air. The sky was vast and blue, and Kyoubi's heart raced with a mixture of joy and apprehension. As Kyoubi soared through the neighborhood, he was amazed by the sights and sounds of the outside world. He flitted among trees and dodged the occasional puff of wind, but soon he encountered challenges he hadn't anticipated. A group of curious neighborhood cats spotted Kyoubi and began to prowl nearby. Kyoubi darted and dodged, narrowly avoiding their watchful eyes. The streets were noisy and bustling, and Kyoubi felt overwhelmed by the clamor of honking cars and chattering people. He tried to land on a few different perches, but each time he was startled by something new or frightened by a stray cat's hiss. Kyoubi began to feel lost and disoriented. He missed the safety of his cage, the gentle care of Amine, and the warmth of his family. With a tired flutter, Kyoubi landed on a tree branch, feeling both exhausted and homesick. As the sun began to set, Kyoubi looked back towards the house. The glowing light from the windows and the familiar shapes of the garden called to him. Summoning his last bit of strength, Kyoubi took to the air once more and navigated his way back towards home. When Kyoubi finally returned, he found the window open just a crack. He slipped through and landed gently on his perch. Amine, who had been searching frantically for his little friend, saw Kyoubi and rushed over with a mix of relief and joy. "Kyoubi, you're back," Amine said, his eyes shining with happiness. He carefully closed the cage door and looked at Kyoubi with a loving smile. "I was so worried about you," Kyoubi chirped softly, his tiny heart full of gratitude. He had learned that the world outside was full of both wonders and dangers, and that there truly was no place like home. From that day on, Kyoubi appreciated his cozy cage even more, and he felt a renewed sense of happiness in his safe, loving home. Amine continued to care for him with extra affection, and Kyoubi's adventures outside became a cherished memory, a reminder of the warmth and security he had always enjoyed with his family. And so, Kyoubi lived happily ever after, singing his joyful songs and basking in the love of his home and his kind friend Amine.